when I think about, like I say, I spent a couple of days with Sally and the gang in East London when we were just getting ready for a journal editorial meeting in August. And as I walked down the street with Dave, her husband, who's also part of the leadership, it was really amazing to me to watch. Everybody greeted him, from those that were selling drugs out of their car to others. I mean, everybody knew Dave. The relationships go deep. They've been going for years. And so one hand, there are those relationships. On the other hand, there was this, as they talk about it a little bit in the videos, just remarkable work with both developing schools, but also several acres of a recreation center where the city councilman was there that day playing some strange British game. And so all of this was part of life where, as Sally says in the video, 5 generations for her of living there.
Yeah.
So that's deep roots in a place and multi-layered education, street life, recreation. I think there's some shots of the vegetable garden that's all part of the community center. Building a community center that also then becomes a potential place at times where the worshiping community would gather. But that only comes with long-term engagement, doesn't it? That none of this stuff works, either if your focus is inside, what do we do in the building, or if the focus isn't grounded in the dirt of a place.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a sense of, when you've been around longer, there's a sense of legitimacy. And so when I talked about the engagement with the local middle school, when we first started, okay, these are our neighbors, let's go out and gather. When we were first received with, okay, here's some more do-gooders, and they'll be around for a year, and they realize that they can't really do anything, they'll leave. And so they didn't really want to open up to us. But after the 7th, 8th year, when we were there all the way through to the end, when that school finally closed, we came on the last day of school, and one of the folks that we had been relating to just said, "We knew you'd be here," and she burst into tears. It says, "You guys have always been here for us," and you don't get that kind of welcome in just, like I said, in the first year. The first year, the folks are skeptical. They've seen so many, because if you're in an impoverished place, a lot of people want to help, but a lot of people come through and they have their idea of how to help, and then if it doesn't work out, they're gone. And so we also, we're trying to practice presence, because we realize that even though we have, as a congregation, we're educated, we have resources, and I mean, certainly enough skill to give a shot at starting our own school, we did have things to bring, but we wanted to come in that Luke 10 way of laying aside and receiving the hospitality of those who would open up their doors. And we asked them, what would you like? What do you need? What did we, and that's how we formed our, our partnerships.
Yeah.